Hi, Statesman Nation. Welcome to another edition of Office Hours as we are joined today by Sharon DeKock, a professor out of the nursing department. Sharon, thank you for joining us for a few minutes here today. I'm going to kind of let you more or less run the show. I'll prompt you, but I just wanted you to be able to tell us a little bit more about nursing, about yourself, why nursing's great, why William Penn's great, all that fun stuff. So I guess first off, you can maybe clarify a little better of what your actual title is, what classes you teach, etc.
This will be an easy conversation because I love what I do. So what I teach, I am a nursing instructor at William Penn University, and I also do advising and recruiting and that stuff for our nursing program.
Sure.
What I teach is currently we have an RN to BSN program. And we are starting a pre-licensure program, which will be the 4-year BSN program. So students maybe out of high school or people who have no experience in nursing can come to William Penn and get their Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And that's a very exciting adventure that we're on right now.
Yeah.
I'll get more into that in a little bit. But what I teach right now is for our RN to BSN program. And what that consists of is an associate degree nurse comes into the program, and we get her prepared or get that student prepared to be a Bachelor of Science nurse. And what a Bachelor of Science nurse is, and the classes I teach, are going to prepare that student to work with health disparities, population health, how to make our communities better in that kind of essence. Right. It also teaches students about leadership and cost containment measures and conflict management, those kinds of things. We're also getting into those ethical frameworks, which I think are really, really key right now that we're dealing with in the crisis that's going on right now. Ethical frameworks. And so I always tell my students, here's a toolbox. Take it with you. Yeah. Use it for practice because it's going to help you in the real world. You know, what's an ethical framework I can use to make those tough decisions and not regret them so much later.
Right.
And then I think too, and then it kind of ends up pulling it all together with what we call evidence-based practice. And so we're using all this, well, we also have informatics, how to use technology to measure outcomes, and prepare those people to go out there and do those leadership roles, really make those changes in healthcare. And then evidence-based practice kind of pulls it all together and goes out and they do a project, and it's like something they would change in their institution to make our nursing practice better. Nurses are a key point in healthcare. If you go anywhere, you're going to see a nurse.
Yeah.
And we need nurses to make that difference in our communities and make healthcare better. So, and I'm very passionate about that. So.
Right. Definitely. Let's talk about your background, where you graduated, what you've been doing prior to William Penn, because you haven't been with William Penn your entire career, obviously, so we've only had our nursing program for a handful of years. So just talk about where you came from and, then we can lead into other things. So.
Okay. I've been a nurse for 32 years now, and I've practiced all along the way because that is my passion. I love our profession. So I still practice today just a little bit, and labor and delivery is my specialty, but I've got to dabble in a lot of different things. I've had some great opportunities, and I think that have made me a better instructor than I am today.
Sure.
And I graduated from Wichita State University with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing way back in 1988. And started out working in a teaching institution, a teaching hospital in Wichita, Kansas, and then was a traveling nurse, and always wanted to go back and get my master's degree because I had that one instructor over here that was like, yeah, I think I want to do that someday, and I think you have those people you model and want to be like. So I was a traveling nurse for many years, met my husband, and then moved to Kansas City and worked there for many years too. And started really getting into education with parent education and heading up a lot of different programs, starting new programs in a variety of situations. I've been very, very lucky to have been blessed with those opportunities, with hospitals trusting me to do that. So started some different programs such as the volunteer doula program at Mercy Medical Center here when I was in Iowa, and postpartum triage program, and then also worked in parent education, taught a lot of people about that stuff, was certified in that, and then moved to Iowa and really got to do some academic teaching. And I taught at Indian Hills Community College for about 5 years under a great staff, wonderful opportunity, dynamic opportunity to meet students out there and really get that love for, I think, academics. So, and finished my master's degree then. I started my master's in Kansas City, had twin babies, and then kind of took a break and then finished up when I moved to Iowa. So, had my master's since 2004, and once again started teaching, and then went to the hospitals and did some teaching for nursing staff, a little higher level, and getting them to know more about their profession. Went to Mercy and started some new programs, and now here I am at Penn. Been here for 5 years.
There you go.
Our BSN program.
There you go. Talk about wanting to become a college professor. Obviously, you already had some experience prior to coming to William Penn, but making that transition. Obviously, you're still doing some nursing, as you said, but making that transition out of the, I don't want to say practical world into the academic world, but I guess that's the word I'm going to use. So, but why do that?
Why do that?
Or why did you do that? I should say. Why did you want to switch?
Yeah. You get out there and you see these students. And I'm going to love that pre-licensure program too, because working like an academic, even for the community college, you see these people that are coming in, and you get to teach them and model them and share your passion for what our profession is and how to do, and learn those things about how to make a difference in other people's lives. And so, I mean, that gives me goosebumps to think about that. You're going to be able to go out there, take care of people in a good way, learn how to do it, and really make a difference in our communities. And healthcare too is one of my big things with the RN to BSN. It's like, let's make a difference, because you can.
Yeah.
And so I think it's an honor to have the ability to teach people how to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're talking about 2 different degrees here, so this is, it's going to range wildly here. But talk about the different things that, I mean, everybody's like, well, it's a nursing program, so that means I'm going to become a nurse. But I feel like there's a lot more parts to this equation. So what can, I guess, a nursing degree help a student become? In addition to a nurse, what other, careers could they have?
That's with nursing, I think we could say this is one profession that you can become a nurse, but change your career millions of times.
Right.
Everybody thinks of a nurse as someone that works in a hospital at the bedside, and great, and we do, but within even that realm of nursing, there's a lot of different roles you can do, like infection control, Joint Commission, which is our accreditation. I did those. And I mean, process management changes, and at the RN to BSN level, we're teaching those kind of skills, leadership skills, director of nursing, and that kind of stuff. And with both of our programs coming in, you're going to end with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. You're going to be able to do it all in
right.
that. So in nursing, there's not just that bedside nurse, which is so much passion, and caring, and be able to go home and say, hey, I made a difference today. I mean, what other profession can you do that in? And in every realm of nursing, I think you get that opportunity to do that.
Right.
Go home and make a difference, in somebody's life. But you can work in the hospital, you can work in public health, you can work as an occupational health nurse, you can be a flight nurse, you can work in process management, improving practices. You can be in education, which is so much fun to change the way we practice, encourage and instruct others how to be a nurse. There's so many things that nurses do. Some own their own business. Some are in politics, I think it would be kind of fun to really get out there and be in once in a while to really make those changes in healthcare that we need to do today. So lots of opportunities.
Definitely. All right. Well, you got, again, 2 programs, one more established, one that is going to be really exciting, getting it off the ground here. Well, let's brag on the divisions a little bit, especially the one that is, has already been established. But let's talk about, just what's great about nursing here at William Penn.
We have awesome students that come in the RN to BSN program. They are going out and they're finishing up their, we can prepare them to go on and become that nurse practitioner. And the students will say they are prepared. Yep. They're prepared to make those next steps. Some other of our students have gone out to be directors of nursing, and other ones are still at the bedside, and they are, making those changes and getting excited about how to improve practices in healthcare. And once again, they have that as tools in that toolbox in order how to make those changes. Those ones, they're kind of the leaders of their organizations. And that's so fun to see that change and that development in that. And others have gone in even into, some education and teaching. And at bachelor's level, you can do that with like clinical experience too. And a lot of them, we have one that is graduated, is getting her doctorate now, and is going to be practicing here as one of our educators. So that's kind of awesome too. Right. And one that is a certified nurse anesthetist. I mean, and they're moving on there. And I have another, just they're going out and growing, even further and beyond what they're doing at Penn. So it's kind of exciting. That pre-licensure program is a really exciting adventure. And I talked a little bit about that. So I'm proud of these guys. I just see that. I love them. I'm so proud of them. The pre-licensure is where we can take a person who has no experience in nursing whatsoever and just teach them everything they're going to need to know, those skills that they're going to need to know, how to care for a patient too. Plus all that extra stuff along the way is intertwined. The leadership, the informatics, the evidence-based practice and understanding research is intertwined within this program so that they're out there being a leader in the institution, although being a nurse, knowing how to be a nurse and being prepared to do the nursing too. So, and I love it too because Penn is in a location where we can really get to those students who otherwise may not have been able to get anywhere. I mean, we're going to be one of the only RN BSN programs south of Interstate 80. I mean, a couple on each end, but Penn is right here. So I love it. I love that we're going to be able to reach these students, I love that we have the Iowa Pride Scholarship to maybe go out and get these students some education, get a job when they're done, be in a wonderful profession, and have that from, day one. I'm excited that Penn is going on in such an adventure. So.
Yeah. Let's talk about some advice that you'd give to incoming students. This might be even ones that are only juniors that still have, some time to, maybe develop a little bit more before they even come to college. So I guess, is there anything that they can do prior to coming to William Penn? I don't know if this is, an internship realm that they can spend some more time, in a hospital. I'm just throwing things out. It just popped in my head. But anything that they could do to prepare better for either degree, but also once they're here, what advice would you give them to be successful, utilize their time here as best as possible?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked those questions. One thing, if you students, you don't have to have this done ahead of time, but as a prereq for this pre-licensure program is going to be getting your, to take the course as a nursing assistant. And I did that when I was young. As a sophomore in high school, I went ahead and learned, okay, is this what I want to do? Do I really want to be a nurse? So I, took that course, was certified. You don't have to be certified, but to be a nursing assistant. And that's kind of the first level in nursing. But you get to test the waters a little bit, and it also is a prereq for the nursing program. Now, nursing is really a concentration in science and math, has a little bit of math in it, but a lot of sciences, because we're going to teach people, we're going to care for people, be saving their lives, giving them medication, doing assessments, understanding how the whole body works. So it's sciences are good. So if they can take a lot of biology, some chemistry, a little bit of algebra, that will really help them along the way in nursing. Okay. And what was your other question?
Once they're here, how can they have the most successful 2 or 4 years, here at William Penn?
One thing I love about the 4-year program is that we're going to have that opportunity to get those students to get that nursing degree and still experience college life.
Right.
And that to me is important. The first 2 years is going to be your gen ed. So you get to kind of say, okay, do I like, sciences, or I like math? And if that's not your gig, or you don't, or maybe we don't quite get the bar where we're accepting the program, you can still veer a different way, in biology, exercise science, and that kind of stuff too. But you're still meeting everybody. You're getting that college experience, which I think is so key. It makes people so well-rounded, and that's what Penn is going to offer that to them for sure. To be successful, you're going to have to study. I mean, I think that's key. Definitely go to class for sure, and and just listen. And I think one thing about Penn, though, I think we do that for a lot of our students. We teach them how to study. We get them prepared for that college life because it's different than, high school. So, study, concentrate. We'll hopefully get you into some cohorts of the same students that you're going to be with throughout the program. And even in the RN to BSN program, we definitely have you with those students. So you find those relationships, the support that you get from those around you that you're staying with, and have some study buddies.
Yep.
And that's key, not only developing long-lasting relationships, but it helps you to continue to get in depth with the information.
Right, definitely. Last but not least, Sharon, let's talk about why William Penn, not just in the nursing department, but just why William Penn. Why do you love William Penn? Why is it a great place to be, and why would you, recommend that students come here?
Oh my gosh, I love Penn. I think you all know that. But I think, and I always tell my students too, coming in, you're not alone. You are not alone here at Penn. You've got support. People know your name, whether it's in the nursing, the faculty that take care of you or teach you, your advisors, but it's also, financial aid, the business office, the dean. We care about you. We know you. We're here to help you and help you be successful. You become, I always say, kind of become my children in a way.
Right.
I just want to, we're here to help, I guess I should say. And their success is really important to us and all of us.
Yeah.
So we care.
Awesome.
Didn't care. So.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. I think we covered it. Oh, go ahead.
Diversity at Penn.
Yes. Yes.
And the people that they're going to meet in their lives is really going to be cool.
Yeah. No, definitely. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Sharon, so much for your time. Once again, Sharon DeKock, professor. I didn't say professor. I know you said instructor, but professor in our nursing department, both the RN to BSN program that we've had for over a decade, as well as our new 4-year program. Starts you from, I guess, literally nothing into becoming a BSN nurse. So thank you so much, Sharon. Again, have a great day. Go Statesman.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.